And we are back after a refreshing taste of Tropicana Sparkling, made with real fresh, real fruit and real. I don't remember the other tagline.
Real fresh, real fruit,
Real fresh
cider. I don't know.
I can't read Hangul. But yes, we hope you enjoyed that duct tape. I know I definitely did. I'll enjoy it a lot more when we can convince Floop to dance that dance. But regardless, we're here with our finals. Everything has been taken care of. Vetoes and whatnot, and raffles and whatnot. This is going to be our best of 5 as we kick it off in Berlingrad. LE, of course, we're here in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. We have a blue Terran player coming down from the land of Korea. He, of course, is going to be representing a Hearthstone's team, Shopify Rebellion. He is ByuN.
I like how suddenly it's Hearthstone's team.
Yeah.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Berlingrad LE, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing himself, recently back from the military, and recently playing nothing but ZVZs in this entire tournament. It is true.
How relieved do you think he's feeling right now that he doesn't have to play against another 12 fool?
He's probably breathing a huge sigh of relief. He's happy. He's listening to some K-pop on stream, and then bam, 2 racks, 3 racks. Let's go. Oh no. Before we get into this, I wanted to ask: you can get Hot Six in Singapore. Can you get Tropicana Sparkling in Singapore?
I'll have to check that next time I go to the Korean store. I know we can get Chilsung cider. Double Sister usually gets some of that, but
nice.
Yeah, I'll have to check next time I'm at the Korean store.
Yes. I hope everyone enjoyed the break, by the way. That is why it's called the Sparkling Tuna Cup, because we brought it back. Because we're opening up the floodgates to Korean players and they're going to be a part of this. We wanted to, we
wanted the Korean memes.
We wanted the Korean memes. Yes, we got the tuna meme, we got the sparkling meme. It's all coming together here for the grand finals.
By the way, Tropicana Corporation, if you want to sponsor us, I am willing to take payment in the form of cans of Tropicana Sparkling. Or bottles.
Oh god, exactly. Meanwhile, the first Reaper is here across the map. Almost gets a kill on the drone, but so far the micro from True is pretty good. But in a couple of seconds, a second Reaper is about to join the fray.
Not just a second, but a third as well is making its way. Then a 4 for the 5th. This is classic ByuN. If I've ever seen ByuN.
Exactly, and with the revelation of the second Reaper, now True knows exactly what is going on. He knows about at least the 2 racks, now there's a third Reaper, and now he has to respond in kind. He's going to be very careful with how he controls the Queen. Oh god, already a tumor gets sniped.
I'm surprised we don't see a spine crawler yet, but I guess it does make sense that True wants to prioritize Lings and Queens for the time being.
Oh god, speaking of that, Queen is getting pretty low. We have the Queen from the main base waddling down to help keep it alive, but he's going to be careful. Oh god, the focus fire!
It's so low. One more volley from this Reapers and this Queen is out. True almost gets us around on the Reapers, but ByuN pulls back just in time.
Yeah, exactly. The focus fire is pretty good. Finally, the first Reaper does get focused down by the Queen. Oh god, that Queen is still so low. He wants it! He wants it!
He's not gonna get it! He is not gonna get it. A couple of Reapers do get shaded off, 2 to be specific. And I gotta say, I feel like ByuN hasn't quite broken True yet. He's got a lot of Ling kills.
Oh god, he's gonna get it!
Got a Queen yet.
Oh, the transfuse!
Unfortunately, the transfuse is not enough to save those Queens, and a third Queen will fall. True, he's just trying to get the surround, man. But the KD8 chargers are way too good for ByuN.
Exactly. 3, 2, 1. Ling speed finally finishes up, and with the completion of Ling speed, finally True will surround everything. He will clean it all up, but ByuN has done the damage. He didn't get any drones, to be fair, but he got 3 Queens.
Yeah, well, he might not have been able to kill any drones. He was also preventing the production of drones this entire time.
True.
True really needs to make use of all these lings that he spent his larva on.
Exactly, he's gonna get across the map, and I mean, can he get up into the main base? No, he cannot. He does force a cancel on that bunker. Can he force a lift up? Can he force a cancel of the orbital? Looks like no.
Unfortunately not. Not when there are that many Reapers here to kite the lings.
Yeah, there are just too many Reapers or not enough lings. As you were saying, the drone count for True is not looking that great. Interesting though, he is going straight into a lair. Multas?
It's gotta be, right? We'll keep our eye on the gas count. And you know what? Nothing shoots up.
Nothing shoots up. I mean, Stim is on the way, and because it was a 3-racks opener, we have a lot of production for Marines, so True, I'm sure, is well aware of this, but I'm still really curious to see what this lair is for. Gases are starting to be taken. We see a lot of droning going on. Yo, he's ready for it. He's ready. Oh!
Nidus, actually. Okay.
Interesting.
I was kind of thinking Hydra then, but
Yo,
that's just what I know.
Yo, me and Micah forfeited earlier today, okay?
He did. Well, that's why he sent his energy to True.
Yeah, and I kind of love this. I kind of. Obviously, imagine this Nidus, but those 3 queens from earlier didn't die. Like 6 queens Nidus with Ling Flood would have been insane. It would have hit so hard. But yeah, there aren't as many queens to make use of. There is vision in the main base, and ooh, actually ByuN there is a portion here that ByuN does not see.
Yeah, just a bit of dead air. Now he sees that. Yep, that's an unfortunate placement for True.
I was hoping that True would make use of like the bottom right, but unfortunately he did not. Nidus will not finish.
More than enough production where that came from. True, he also sees all of the army units that ByuN has right now. He needs to have the perfect Baneling connections, and I'm not convinced he's going to get them.
He's not. The Banelings are going to be forced to crash into maybe the bunker. I mean, the target fire is pretty good. The Banelings, they want to connect, they don't connect with anything.
And that's... I was going to say, that should be the end of True's assault, but he's trying. He really wants to siege down this base.
Yeah. He's going to try and pull an Oreo. He's going to try and maybe sneak those Banelings in, but look at the target fire again. It's ByuN. Oh, they connect anyway.
Sometimes it only takes one. In this case, it takes more than one, but that one connection was a start right now for True. He has a little bit of an opportunity to keep pushing. The medevacs are running out of energy, but it is still not enough for True. ByuN takes game number 1.
GG. Again, there was... if only that Nidus placement was a little bit better, maybe it would have been out of vision, and maybe it would have finished, and then we would have had a completely different game. But ByuN saw everything, and oh god, the target fire on those Banelings, on the first wave of Banelings, was absolutely insane. Even the second one, he got a little bit too overeager. Like, Banelings still connected, but didn't even matter.
Yeah. I have a feeling that placement is going to haunt True for a while.
Yeah. GG, well played. But with that, we are diving into game number 2. Sorry. As a reminder, because this is the grand finals, it is going to be a best of 5.
Dude, it's been so long since we had a single elimination bracket. If this goes to the ace match, we're gonna get 5 full games, not 2.
True.
Yeah.
He's here.
He's playing, yeah.
Also, throughout that game, massive shout out to Phoenix in the chat for resubbing 27 months. Thank you so much, Phoenix Del Dutchcut. Thank you.
One of our cranky ducklings over here, and yeah, much appreciated. As we continue our best of 5 finals here on Blackburn LE. We're in the bottom right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. We of course have our blue Terran player coming down from the land of Korea. He is going to be representing Shopify Rebellion once again. We got a one-man army. We have ByuN.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Blackburn LE, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing himself, returning from the military, going for Nidus in game 1. Madman. It is True.
Watch him Nidus in game 2.
I would love it. I mean, something that we have to talk about, we didn't get to talk about it too much, is that True has recently returned from the military, and he has been streaming a lot on his own personal Twitch channel, which is great. He's been streaming for the past...
Yeah, he's streaming right now.
Yeah, he's streaming right now. He's been active for the past 2 weeks, but again, it's only been 2 weeks. Like, he's still learning the new meta, he's still trying to adapt, or even bring back his old styles. Is it good enough to work? Because ByuN is doing it again.
Yeah, speaking of old styles, this is the oldest of... I feel like this is the oldest of styles that he could bring back.
Jesus Christ, exactly, another 3 racks. True is about to scout to the ramp, and he's going to see nothing, and now there's going to be alarms flaring in his mind, like, hold on, where is the proxy? It has to be somewhere. He's looking for it.
Little did he know that the proxy is in ByuN's base, and he doesn't go for the complete scout of the Overlord.
Yeah, he pulls back so he doesn't see. He's still looking frantically. Eventually, I mean, he sees the Reaper leaving. Yep. So now he knows, okay, I know where the... But for all he knows, it's only a single racks.
Yeah, single racks back at home, and another proxy racks somewhere. He's using the other Overlord just to scout the gold and whatnot, but...
He is heading in that direction. First Reaper will rock up into the main base. I'll go the drone! Ooh. Is he immediately morphed?
Able to. Yeah, it is able to morph in time, so... You know, at least True will keep that alive, but there's still some treacherous waters here that he has to traverse around. Because here comes the second Reaper.
Oh god, exactly. Even throwing down those mines to try and rock that.
Drone?
No, the drone! No, the miss rally! Oh god.
Yeah, it's just a bonus right now for ByuN.
Yeah, feels bad, man. True accidentally rallied the eggs towards the Reapers instead of the army. So, oh, just like that, one drone falls. Meanwhile, that queen is getting pretty low.
So dang low, just one more volley from the Reapers and it will be enough, but ByuN can't quite get close enough. He can't jump up from this position anymore, or can he? No, he can.
He cannot, but nice snipe. Oh, can he get a second? No, only gets one Reaper.
Alright, much better start so far. Well, I say that, but ByuN's now just turning around and going to natural. No, he's turning around entirely.
Oh god, he was thinking about it. Yeah. But so far, so good. True, obviously, unfortunately, he actually isn't mining any gas, which means he's not going to have... oh, sorry, link speed is already done. My mistake. I was distracted by the chat. Link speed is done, and now he's okay. He hasn't lost anywhere near as many queens as game 1.
Yeah, he hasn't lost a single queen so far, and yeah, has only lost a single drone, so... It's a much more solid start here for True, but where does he go from here as ByuN is already starting his transition? He may actually be able to get to the cancel.
Oh god, he's trying. The Lings are here to try and keep this third base alive, but the third is getting low! Oh no!
Dangerously low. ByuN just keeps kiting. God. He just keeps KDA charging these Lings back and forth.
The jukes are so good. Eventually, the Lings are going to clean this up, though, and thankfully for True, he will get this third base up and running. So what a weird game here. My god.
Well, what did we expect from ByuN going through X Reapers, I suppose? Can he actually get this?
Oh god!
Can, but will he? Cancels just at the last second here.
True. I thought, and I'm sure True thought as well, that the danger was over, that the third base was going to finish, and that ByuN wasted his time. But suddenly, because of that cancel, these Reapers, they kind of paid for themselves. Like, that third hatchery was so close to finishing.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse here for True. I mean, it could have been a kill, but it's still not the ideal.
Yeah.
It's not the ideal timing to go for a third base here as a third player. I mean, ByuN, he is on... Okay, he's only on 2 bases still. He's going to be working on his third pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, True did scout earlier with his Overlord. He confirmed the transition, that there was a third base, that there was a factory being thrown down, so True should feel comfortable enough to drone up. He's even going for double Eva chamber right now, which is a little bit greedy. This is typically what you do if ByuN was double expanding, for example. But because of this double Eva chamber, he is delaying his, other kinds of tech, like a Bailey Nest or things like a lair.
I just noticed that, yeah, he was delaying his lair for quite a bit, so he's going to be relying entirely on Lings right now to defend, as ByuN follows this up with almost a 2-on-1-esque kind of style, right? Where he just wants to be active with 2 medevacs, Warfare Marines on the map to say creep, you know, maybe get a little bit of drone harass if he can get away with it, but...
Yeah, thankfully it was scattered. Yeah, thankfully it was scattered by that Overlord, so True is already in position. He's got his Queens, he's got his Lings. If your Queens and Lings are in position, you do not need Banelings to defend against this. So at the moment, True is completely fine skipping that and focusing on his upgrades instead. He's kind of thinking about the long game, like, okay, I have to defend with my bare minimum, I have to try and get ahead in upgrades, because ByuN, like, he doesn't have double eBay going, you know, he only has +1 on the way, so True will have a pretty big upgrade lead.
Indeed, he will, but will it matter so much when he's up against a whole lot of Marines and a bunch of tanks?
That is the question.
It'll help a little.
Yeah, I mean, the crease red is looking pretty good so far. There's the Baneling nest. Now he recognizes that, you know, he may need it to survive. I'm kind of curious as to when the 4th base is going to be thrown down. Obviously, at the moment, he's pretty concerned with this Marine force. But once he's dealt with this, he is free to take another base.
Yeah, you can kind of get why True wants to delay his 4th base for the time being, but the clock is ticking. You know, he needs those extra resources pretty soon. Thankfully, we are on Blackburn, so a gold base is a fantastic way to get ahead, but he skips that.
Yeah, I would say the 4th base feels a little bit late, but interesting that he does take the vertical 4th instead of the gold. Again, a very safe base to take, but now ByuN is here, he's across the map. Does he have stim? He has stim, he has +1, he's ready to push in.
Yeah, doesn't quite have combat shields yet, but on the flip side, True doesn't have Baneling speed either. In fact, he's only now finishing up his lair.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised he hasn't started Baneling speed yet, so a little bit of a misstep there by True. Meanwhile, the Queens are a little bit exposed. 3 of them go down immediately. Oh, God.
Man, that Queen with maximum energy got targeted down immediately by all of these Marines. The Marine split didn't look too fantastic, but you know, when you do have slow Banes off creep like this, you can get away with it if your target firing is as good as ByuN's.
Meanwhile, speaking of target firing, he does focus down that one lone Baneling. These Marines are getting a little bit out of control. They're getting on top of the Queens. The Banelings are about to finish up, but again, they're slow Banes.
He's trying to step away, and he is able to evade the Banelings, but not feeling confident enough to really target them down. ByuN, he's going for the throat, man.
Oh no, the rally!
A couple of mineral lines.
Yeah, feels bad, man. It looks like the Evo chambers are going to be denied. The Marines are doing an insane amount of damage. Lings are coming out though, and it looks like it's just barely enough for True to hold on.
For now, as reinforcements are coming across the map for ByuN right now. That lair did finish up, and True definitely should be getting... Oh, he doesn't have gas!
There we go.
He doesn't have gas! Okay.
He finally starts it, but again, I feel like this should have been prioritized more than 2-2. Like, Bane's speed changes everything, and without Bane's speed, how do you plan on connecting against ByuN of all people?
Look at how quickly he targets down these Banelings, man.
Yeah.
And now he's going to take out the Baneling nest, so not only is there no Bane speed, there's not going to be any Banelings.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, there's a bit of a Ling run by, but it is not going to be enough. GG gets called, and ByuN takes a 2-0 lead.
That was ruthless from ByuN.
Oh, yeah.
Go 3-Rex Reaper 2 games in a row, and then... Jeez.
Do it again. 3-Rex Reaper, let's go. Oh god, but I'm so surprised that again, like the snowball started rolling when the 3rd base was denied by those Reapers. Again, True was cutting some corners in the sense that he was prioritizing 1-1 over Baneling speed and lair, which is fine, but Baneling speed could have started when the push started. I was taking note of that. The lair finished as the tanks were sieging up. And there was ample time there for True to start Baneling speed, and then it would have finished by like halfway through the fight or something along those lines. Maybe. And then maybe True could have held, but again, he delayed it. It slipped his mind. There was a lot going on. There was a lot of stress, a lot of tension, and ByuN just rolls over his Zerg opponent.
About what we expect from ByuN. And yeah, real quick before we get to intro, son, yeah, we'll have to agree with you that it's very bizarre that he prioritized 2-2 over Bane speed, but what can you do? What can you do? As we continue, and hopefully we don't conclude our series now on 2,000 atmospheres, LE, who are of course in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. We have a blue Terran player coming down from the land of Korea. He, of course, is going to be representing Shopify Rebellion, and he only needs un momento por favor to become the first ever Sparkling Tuna champion. We have ByuN.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2,000 atmospheres LE, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing himself. And here in the grand finals of the very first Sparkling Tuna Cup, it is true. This time, not a 3-Rex.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I mean, it makes sense. I don't know if you noticed, but the first 2 games were on 2 of the smallest maps in the map pool. Like, for aggressive openers, like, yeah, it did kind of come together here for ByuN.
Definitely did. Now we're in 2,000 atmospheres, which isn't the largest, but it's large enough to really prevent a 3-Rex Reaper being that successful.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, and I'm kind of glad because this means that now we're getting a normal game. Now, for the first time, True won't have to worry about a mass amount of Reapers, delaying his economy, forcing all these Lings, forcing all these Queens, and delaying his third. Like, he gets to get into a normal game.
In fact, he immediately throws down a pretty quick third.
Oh yeah,
all things considered.
Very quick.
So quick.
Oh my god, he really wants that third. Obviously, the downside of taking a third like this, it does delay your queen production. Ideally, you have both your queens being built at the same time. So he does kind of forfeit that for a faster hatchery. This does also kind of accelerate creep spread a little bit as well, if True was thinking of that. But maybe he just wanted a goddamn third base at a normal time. Like, he's like, just get me a third.
That's the reason why he doesn't have his webcam on. If he did, then we'd just be seeing him shaking his head throughout the entire stream.
Yeah.
Just let me get my goddamn economy.
That's all he wants, mate. That is all he wants. He scouted with his overlord and he confirmed, hey, you know, everything is normal back at home. Whew, we get a standard beginning of the game, but where do we go from here? Because we've seen that ByuN doesn't need a 3-Rex to win TvZs. Like, he is still one of the best Terrans out there.
And the minute you mentioned that we're seeing a standard start to the game, all I can think of is I'm waiting for that armory to get thrown down.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got 2 Hellions, and okay, he's getting a tech lab instead of a reactor and whatnot. That means he's gonna swap the out. God damn it.
Yes, he is. So this is something that ByuN does a lot in his TvZs, where he doesn't open up with Reapers. He gets a very fast medevac, and he is going for a very quick drop across the map. Marines get a kill on the Overlord. I believe the Overlord did see the medevac, so True does get some scouting information. But again, ByuN is zooming across the map. There's no stim, there's no combat shields. He's just moving out to, again, just utilize his micro and pick off whatever he can.
I wonder if we'll see another medevac juggle from him.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, these queens are looking a little bit exposed. Maybe he could go for them. Maybe he can get an Overlord if he's lucky. And there is that armory that you were looking for.
Yep. He swapped the reactor with the... he swapped the factory with the barracks that had a reactor on it, and he's pumping out Hellions right now. Loke is about halfway done on this Banshee. ByuN so clearly late.
ByuN loves these Hellbat pushes. He goes for very different variants of them, but again, does them quite often in this matchup. Feels bad, man, for Radita. We casted Radita versus ByuN like a couple of weeks ago, and ByuN just had his way with him, just non-stop Hellbat pushes.
And now he's about to make True feel a bit like a Radita.
Exactly. Cloak is about to finish up for the Banshees. The first Banshee is already across the map. Armory just finished up as well. Stim is still a long ways away, but ByuN is still going to look to deal damage anyway.
Yeah, he's not all in with this by any means. That third base is still on the way. He's just trying to see whatever damage he can get done, you know, before Stim finishes up, before he It really needs to get everything in order.
There was no Spore in the natural, so the Banshee is getting worker kills. Meanwhile, there's no Baneling Nest, there are no Banelings at all. This was not scouted, the armory wasn't seen, and already one Queen gets focused.
But so does the medevac. These units do not have a way out, and they don't really get too much damage done. Meanwhile, this Banshee is absolutely having its way with this natural base.
The Banshee is going to town. It's one of those things where, hey, True dealt with the Hellbat push pretty well. He only lost a single Queen. That's not bad. But what was really dealing damage was this Banshee. Finally, he gets focused down, but 7 drone kills and 0 mining at the natural.
I mean, we see a counterattack and not getting any damage done whatsoever. True is really gonna have to do a lot to catch up from here, and so I like this from him. He immediately grabs his lair once he can afford it.
Oh yeah, lair is on the way. He's taking his gases, taking quite a lot of gases, not gonna lie. And we'll see what he goes for. I'm a little bit surprised that he hasn't thrown down a Baneling Nest. He could just be going straight Ling Muta.
Brilliant, huh? Yeah, it's kind of odd to think about. But then I suppose it's a bit more believable than Hydraling in TvZ.
Me and Mike are
looking at you, Mio.
As am I. There we go. Baneling Nest is finally thrown down. Because ByuN went for that Hellbat push, like any kind of tank production was delayed, so True feels comfortable enough to delay that Baneling Nest for so long. But now that the lair is done, there it is. We saw all the gases taken earlier. It is for the Spire.
Good old Mutiling Bane coming out from a True this game.
Yeah.
Hopefully this means we get to see him, be a bit more active in the mid game.
Yeah, I mean,
rather than ByuN having his way with him.
This is the first time we're getting to a mid game. Let's be real. Like, oh my god! Like True's getting a 4th. Make sure there's a drop that's active on the map, but this shouldn't really deal too much damage. Like True should have more than enough to deal with it before it, gets into a mineral line or denies any kind of base or anything crazy like that.
Yeah, this is a drop that's really just for clearing creep and to give a little bit of map presence and map vision for ByuN.
Really should. It really does, I should say. Meanwhile, we do see, of course, upgrades are still on the way. Of course, True did prioritize Carapace. That's kind of how you want to play out this matchup. Carapace does so well when it comes to keeping your Banelings alive and allowing them to find those connections. But I'm a little bit scared because, once again, Baneling Nest is done, but True refuses. Oh, no, there we go. He gets Baneling speed! Let's go!
I'm so relieved right now.
Oh?
And a counterattack. Okay, doesn't really manage to make its way into a mineral line, but it's always fine trading Lings for Marines like this IMO because you're just delaying the Terran push for quite a while.
Oh yeah, it does hinder that push, but the push is still here. We have 2 tanks, we got a lot of Marines. Tanks do snuggle up against these rocks, against the map, to provide that Sim City, to make it a little bit more difficult for the Lings to get that surface area. Muta's coming up, but oh my god, one Muta gets focused down immediately.
Wow, the targeting from ByuN, man. True's trying to fight this very far off of creep. He has a lot of Lings, but the Banelings are starting to get targeted down like so. And the Marines retreat to a very important choke point. The drop did kind of get shut down, though. It's all in all, not the most efficient trade for True, but still one that is worthwhile, IMO.
I need to bring this to everyone's attention. If you look at the units lost, in that defense, True lost 6 Mutas. That's how good the target fire of ByuN was. Like, ByuN, he was targeting down Mutas and Banelings whenever they got close. And this is the downside. Like, True, he prioritized the Spire over Baneling speed, so it wasn't really there for that fight, and that meant that ByuN was able to clear up all that creep, and now it makes this second push that much harder to defend. The Widow Mines!
It really does. The Widow Mines connect on just about every single Baneling, as well as a couple of Lings as well. And ByuN still has a couple left over. Finally, it looks like a Baneling will connect, but only with a handful of Marines.
Exactly. Meanwhile, the push just doesn't stop. Even more Widow Mines are being borrowed here. Where's the detection? We need detection, Papi! The Widow Mine shots are gonna go off again!
He doesn't suspect a thing. He doesn't suspect a thing!
Oh no! Oh god, okay, he does back off, but now those Widow Mines from earlier, they're going to come into play as well. They do get baited out by a couple of these Overlords, but again, there's just no creep here.
The micro has just been fan-frickin-tastic from ByuN here. Now we even have a Marauder just so we can get a little bit of that concussive shell action going on. Not a lot of friendly fire, I gotta say. I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, exactly, but some nice target fire there. 2 medevacs, 2 full medevacs get taken out, so True is just barely able to hold on. He has detection. 3 Overseers, maybe some overkill, but I mean, he needed detection. I mean, I don't blame him. He cleans it up, and he's trying desperately to respread that creep. Without it, again, these pushes are so difficult to deal with.
This was what I was waiting for throughout the entire first 2 games. Like, it's a little bit messy, but True is fighting back with everything he's got.
Yeah, he really is. He's morphing in as many bands as possible. 2-2 is about to finish up. Where is that infestation pit? Unfortunately, because of how intense this has been, True hasn't been able to work towards it. And you know what? ByuN is already halfway through, +3 armor.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but True is tunnel visioning a little bit, whereas ByuN is not whatsoever. Aside from getting 3-3, he's even getting Thors now to deal with the Mutas a bit more effectively. He's double expanding because he knows he can get away with it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we do see True going for a bit of a counterattack with these Mutas. He did pick off a tank, which was great, and a couple of units here and there. 10 SCVs, not bad, but we already have some missile turrets.
Yeah, but he does also draw the entire army back.
True. Yeah, that he did. Now, he has been able to alleviate that pressure. He's fully mining on 4 bases. But again, he's still stuck on that lair tech. He's still stuck on nothing but Ling Bane Muta and no infestation pit.
Yeah, it's nice that he was able to bring the entire army of ByuN back, but he isn't really able to do much in that time, right? That little bit of breathing room he was able to secure for himself. All he can really do is make more Lings, make more Banes, make more Mutas, and they're starting to fall off when it comes to their effectiveness.
It's one of those things where ByuN has been suffocating True. Like, True sure he's on 4 bases, but ByuN, he's on 5. He has a 5th behind this, mate. It's insane.
And
like,
he has mules.
Yeah, like, for a moment, sure, ByuN let up the pressure, but, like, it was still there from earlier, and True is barely holding on. The Banelings, they crash with Marauders than nothing else.
It's one of those things where letting up the pressure was more for ByuN's sake than True's.
Pretty much. The Ling Bane is rolling on forward. Some decent connections. The Thor finally gets taken out. So some decent trades here by True. He still has Banelings behind this, but it's still not enough to break ByuN.
Yeah, it's acting as a bit of a deterrent for ByuN. He does not want to get into a confined space like that when there are so many Banelings waiting for him, but behind that, he's still producing more army, he's remaking his stores, and he's just rallying wherever he can. He's rotating around now to find another opening for himself.
Ooh, not bad though. 3 Widow Mines get picked off, the Mutas get into the mineral line, they take out the missile turret, and they're going to be able to take control of this 3rd base, but at the same time, ByuN, he's pushing in on 2 fronts.
I don't know if I even want to call this a base race right now, because ByuN is very much winning in that regard.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like maybe there's enough here to defend. The Mutas are turning around, but oh god, they have to be careful. They have to respect the Marines, the man with gun.
That +3 infantry armor is really helping out right now for ByuN. We can see why. We can see just how much that lair tech is hurting True. It's even though Baneling was able to connect to the Marines, it wasn't enough to wipe him out.
Yeah, and this drop here on the right-hand side got into the mineral line. 13 drones went down. And it's one of those things where earlier, True, he couldn't afford to go into a hive because he was struggling to survive. He just didn't have the economy. He didn't have the spare resources to tech up in that direction. And now he's just in a really, really awkward position where he's down in workers, he's down in bases, he has a Muta Cloud. He's living right now, but like, he needs to go for, like, a run-by that deals damage. Not this kind of
Well, that run-by did do damage to his Lings.
Yeah.
That's so much to ByuN's economy.
It dealt some damage to the planetary fortress, I guess. The drop comes in, there's nothing here. There's nothing at home. Oh, no!
Yeah, the entire army is distracted by this little force towards the south. All the Banelings get hit by Widow Mines, and GG is called. ByuN wins the inaugural Sparkling Tuna Cup 3-0. Was there ever any doubt? Oh boy, well played.
GG, well played. Congratulations to ByuN for taking the entire tournament, for taking the series 3-0 in a very, very strong showing. And a massive shout out to True, because he made it to the finals. Like, it wasn't an easy road. There were a lot of 3-2s, there were a lot of ace matches to get here. And he did have a hard time here in the finals, especially with all the 3-racks openers. But he made a series of it. You know, he made a show of it. And yeah, he takes that second place.
Yeah. At least we got a TvZ finals here.
Exactly. Oh. What a debate. Like, yeah. I can't imagine, like, right now, after that series, like, I feel tense as a Zerg player. I was like, oh, God. Like, that
I feel tense as a Terran player.
Yeah. God, that was insane what ByuN was able to do.
Yeah, it's another one of those games where I look at it and I'm like, I wish I was even, like, half this good, man.
Yeah.
I wish I could split like ByuN.
Yeah. Like, I totally sympathize with how True was feeling in that series, how, you know, you feel like you can't breathe, you feel like there's just constant marine pushes coming at you and you just have to make nothing but Ling Bane, and your creep spread is constantly being denied and reset, so you don't have the creep to safely try to expand and take another base. You don't have any map vision as well because of that. Whenever you go for a run by, whenever you go for a flyby, there's always something at home. Like, it's so suffocating. But oh wow.
Yeah, give him some love over in the stream, if you will. Twitch.tv/TrueSC2.
Oh yeah, he is still live on his stream, so give him some love. And I think we're gonna raid him. We're gonna give True a bit of a raid as well to further that love. Don't be afraid to chat to him in English. He does speak English. He did live in America for a little bit of time as well, so don't be afraid.
You learned from KJ and Penguin.
That's why it's so bad. I love you, KJ. Yeah, congratulations to not just our finalists, but also to Scientist, our random raffle winner, and to Oreo as well for making it there to the semifinals. Yeah,
our top placing Oceanian player. We'll give him a bit of a bounty there, and yeah, I guess in along that same vein, shout out to our 3 contributors to the Matcherino prize pool here today: Quirky, Lord Loken, and of course Sushi, the boss of Alpha X.
Oh yeah. I let the players know, and they were surprised to find out that, oh my god, the prize pool was boosted by 200 USD. Like, they signed up for a $65 tournament, and suddenly it's a $265 tournament. Let's go! Like, much love to the community for supporting us, supporting the tournament, supporting the players. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we'll have to have a little bit of a discussion to see how we want to spread that out, but yeah, much appreciated.
Definitely.
And much appreciated all of you here in the chat. I know a lot of you have also signed up to play in the tournament today. It's been a long time since we had a full round of a full 24-player bracket, but glad that we were able to have this for our inaugural Sparkling Tuna Cup, and I hope everybody watching had a good time.
Yeah, exactly. This is the very first edition of our new tournament, and it is going to be a weekly tournament, so every single week you can tune in for some Korean players, we had some North American players, some Southeast Asian, even some European. It's a tournament open to everyone, and we're at this weird time slot where we can kind of get players from all over the world. Except for North America, it's at a pretty bad time for them, so that's why extra love to Reaper and the other American players and Canadian players and Latin American players who actually signed up, because it is at a really bad time for you guys.
Hope to see you next week, Neo.
Yes. It shows the passion that these players have.
Really does.
Yes. So thank you so much. If you want to help support this tournament, there is a Matcherino page, ! Matcherino in the chat. There is also a Patreon for the Cranky Ducklings where you can help support all of our tournaments, our amateur events, and this event as well. It's set up and structured in such a way where the more money we get, the more we will grow our tournaments and add to the prize pool and add, instead of top 2 being paid out, top 4, and then maybe a monthly finals, kind of like how Elima League used to be. So yeah, if you want to, and eventually pay admins and pay casters as well, it's all laid out there.
Well, I like to imagine this tournament being a little bit of a spiritual successor to the Holy Moly Weekly. It's like if Holy Moly Weekly and Grandpa Epis Open had a baby that was raised by Chopa Hyperion.
Yes, we're doing our best to provide as much as we can to the StarCraft scene, and hopefully everyone enjoyed it, and I guess we'll see you guys next time. Obviously next week we'll be back. Next week we'll be back with this, but Yaku, we have another tournament this week.
We do, surprisingly enough, and by another tournament I mean another tournament that we're running this week. We mentioned it briefly throughout the broadcast, but we are coming back this Friday with the very first tournament we ever arranged, we ever came up with. See Duckling Open, our amateur event, which is also open to anyone from any region, but we do have a cap. If you are above Diamond 1, as in if you're Masters or above, unfortunately you will not be allowed to play in that. But if you're below that, I encourage everybody to jump on in and have a good time. Still
Yes.
could be casting that.
!SDO in the chats for our Bronze to Diamond tournament this Friday. Just like this one, just like this tournament, it's open to everyone from all regions, from wherever you are in the world, you can participate. And yeah, it's been a tournament that we've been running for a very long time. We've been trying to foster or incentivize players to practice and compete and improve over time, and get to Diamond, get to Masters, eventually get to GM.
Yeah, and we see that happen for a couple of players pretty early on. I mean, our very own Starduck and Oreo, they started off playing in these events. We've got Ryuichi in NA, and a couple that I'm sure I'm forgetting right now. And man, I can't believe it. This year will be the 5th year anniversary over in October, if I'm not wrong. It's gonna be the 5th year anniversary of Sea Duckling Open.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. It's been so long. Ever since 2017, we've been running these tournaments, and it's great that we can continue to run them week after week after week. So yes, if you enjoyed the cast and if you enjoy what we do, then make sure to hit that follow button. Not just here on Twitch, but we're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We have a YouTube channel where we upload every single one of our VODs. So if you want to tune into a tournament and it's not at the best time for you to watch it live, then check out our YouTube. Everything is going to be uploaded there.
Indeed, it will. Now with that, I think we might have more Tropicana. Sorry, I heard the clapping.
With that,
Pavlovian.
With that, we are done for the day. Yaku, do you have anything else you want to add? Do you have anything else?
Yeah? You didn't hear it from me, but we may be getting some other streamers next week.
Yes, true. Very true.
We may be able to get more coverage. There were a lot of matches today. We really wanted to cover, but we're only one stream. We couldn't quite handle that. Next week, we may be getting a few more.
Yes. Starting next week.
At least one is confirmed.
Yes, we will have a Korean caster as well, so to help spread the love and to help cover as many matches as possible. So look forward to that, especially if you're a Korean native in the chat, and if you want to listen to the cast in Korean, then that will be available as well. And yeah, if you want to tune into our solo content, I do have my own Twitch channel, light_VIP on Twitch. I do stream throughout the week. It's usually like some ladder sessions, some Final Fantasy 14. We do play that. A lot of the Cranky Ducklings play that together as we're working through the main story. And also some Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. We've been playing a lot of that as well. Having fun dueling and getting our games on.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So if you're interested in that, then check me out at Live VIP. Yaku also streams on his channel, but he's also focusing a lot on his studies.
Filled up a notebook today while everybody's enjoying Lunar New Year. I'm taking notes.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think with that, I guess I should mention that the next time I actually cast anything will actually be in 2 weeks from now because of how my schedule will conflict with that. But
yeah,
it's gonna be a little tough for me, I think. I like running my mouth to an audience, but yeah, I'll manage.
Yeah, so Yaku is gonna take a bit of a break from casting for the next 2 weeks to focus on his studies. He has conflicting schedules and classes because of that, but he'll be back, and I'll also try and find a suitable replacement for Yaku for the next 2 weeks.
It's gonna be Warbuff.
Oh god, no. Oh god. Look, I don't want to go down in terms of quality, mate. Okay, I know it seems impossible, but it is possible. So anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Enjoy the Tropicana, as I'm gonna play that one last time before we head off, and give some love to True, aka Bang Tae Soo, our second place player, because he's streaming right now, and we will give him a raid.
He's been streaming for like 8 hours now.
Oh yeah,
something like that.
Give him some love.
I just realized the tournament only lasted like 3 hours. That was quick, but pretty action-packed.
Oh yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. Ciao.
Bye. Bella.